Hey guys, and welcome to season 3 of the Us People podcast. I'm your host Savia Rocks, and in this season I get to make my guests laugh, cry, and even make them think about life a little differently with the questions I fire over to them, which digs into their lives and professions a little differently. We even had a chance to change up the intro, giving you a fresh, new sound. I look forward to sharing season 3 of the Us People podcast with you. Let's go.
It's your boy Sayso. I'm a recording artist, a jazz fusion artist, an actor. I'm also going into filmmaking soon. And thank you, Savia Rocks, for having me on your podcast, Us People's podcast. I would say it was a nice conversation. And yeah, elevate.
Made up my mind, now's my time to shine. Now's my time to shine. Time that you let go, time that you let go now.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Ask People podcast. I'm your host Savia Rocks, and today I have the lovely Boy Sayso here with me, who is a recording artist and actor. Boy Sayso, thank you so much for taking your time and coming on the Ask People podcast. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you, Sylvia, for having me.
No, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome.
Thank you.
So my first question for you is, could you tell me about yourself, where you grew up, and how that influenced you to be the person who you are today?
I was raised in Nigeria. Came over to London in my teens, 15, 16, and went college over here. Played football, and just done a few things with myself, being young-minded. And got myself into a few troubles, made bad decisions. But also I also tried to get myself out, only because of where I was coming from, having to go boarding school for a number of years. Kind of like helped shape my foundation, which is kind of like helping me now, because the best thing for me is like knowing where I'm coming from, and knowing where I'm coming from, I'm able to know where I'm going. So that's just like a little like background of like me. And then growing up in Peckham, making the wrong decisions, meeting the wrong friends, kind of led me into the wrong direction, making drill music and other forms of music that wasn't good for me at the time. So that's what kind of influenced my drill side of it, and having to be homeless from a young age and having to just, inspire myself and my community inspire me, whether it was good or bad. I tried to find the best in it as well. So, that's what got me into drill, and just being around the wrong people and the wrong friends, and having to go through that experience for a number of years kind of shaped and gave me different thoughts of thinking and stuff. And now I'm here making jazz. It's completely different to what I was making years ago. So, yeah.
I love that. See, I've had the pleasure to actually meet you on several different occasions, and you do have a beautiful, calm aura. And even though you said to me just now that you've been through so much stuff in your life, I can see the transition, and I know you have a long life left ahead of you. And I know that transition is going to be beautiful, and
thank you.
You're going to do so many good things in the world to help people as well. So my next question for you is, could you define who you are as a person, but also who do you see when you look in the mirror? But on the flip side of that question, has there ever been a time where you have looked in the mirror and not recognized the person staring back at you? How did you manage to come out of where you were previously to become who you are now today?
I feel like as experience, having to go through pain. It could be pain, it could be love, it could be trials and tribulations, I call it. And in going through all that wave within my life, I still try to find a balance of it all, regardless of what I was doing. I was aware of what I was doing. So even when I was doing bad, I was aware of it. When I was doing wrong, I was aware of it. And doing good, I was aware of it. So it's just kind of like, it was up to me to make the decision. It was up to me to make these choices. It wasn't someone else's decisions. It wasn't someone else's choices. I wake up to make my decisions every day.
Yeah.
So I couldn't blame my parents. I couldn't blame my aunties or uncles or my friends growing up. So I still realized it was me making those decisions. And the moment I changed my mindset was the moment my decision changed and stuff. And in doing that, I had to go deep into nature. I had to just go in and not go out. And that's just coming just before the lockdown. So 2019, I decided to change my form of music. I wanted something slower. I wanted like an R&B kind of sound.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was working with a producer called Mr. Rex, and he's an older guy, so he's like, why don't you just send me like a 16? And I said, cool, I'll do that. And because I was in a bad place at the time, I had nothing to lose. So I was like, cool, I'll send you a 16. I'll be part of the film because I've got nothing doing at the moment. And then just taking on these opportunities, it just kind of like helped change my mindset. It got me into a different environment. And with my experiences, my memories and stuff that I've been through, from homelessness, grief, mental health, and a lot of things within myself, is made me stronger and a better person, I would say. So now I swim 5 days a week. I try to go gym 7 days a week. I just try to keep up with things I know I can do mentally with myself and the things I can control. If I can't control it, then I'm not in position to do anything about it. So the moment I wake up and I'm able to make my decisions, that's what makes me happy and stuff. So in doing that, I had to go deep into nature just to understand myself, and spending more time in nature was a way to just heal myself and stuff. So with even my new music video coming out next week, Thursday, it's just to do with just me being in nature and my healing process. So yeah, it would just be good for people to just gravitate towards the new changes and just embrace the changes that's happening all around us and stuff. And for me, I had to embrace that, coming from the lockdown to now we don't have a lockdown, to just explore myself now. And it's like I have a purpose for myself. I know what I'm here for. And with my music, it just keeps me going. And this is not just from me, it's coming from, I believe, the previous people that's been here before me.
Yeah.
We can go on to talk about the Bob Marleys, the Fela Kutis, the Miles Davis, and the Thelonious Monks, and just a lot of people that's inspired us in this generation to keep doing what we do. And music for me is a message, is a way of me reminding people of what's happening and just bringing awareness to the people around me. So, yeah.
I love the way you express that.
Thank you.
I love the way you express that. When I know that you played football a hell of a lot,
Yeah.
and you even got scouted and you was in teams, but then you had an injury, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Now, one of the questions that I do want to ask you, a lot of the time where detrimental things happen to people, they can stop and decide, I'm not going to do anything anymore, and they can dwell on that. But you decided to still do music, to still do acting, to still find something else that you love doing. So my question for you is, what would you say to people that when they are in that scenario and feel like they want to stop and give up, what would you say to them about finding something else that they love and giving it all they have?
Sometimes I feel like this is why people kind of like would refer you to like a therapist and like people to talk to. For me, I was lucky to have one person that I could fall back on, I would say, and that was someone to just talk me through life. And sometimes we as young people don't want to talk to the older generation due to certain reasons, due to you having more money than them or thinking they're in a better place and you don't see the world the way they see the world. But they have a lot of knowledge, and I believe our older generation is our library for us to like keep in touch with where we're coming from, how to get things solved. So for me, it's having to speak to someone that was older than me and helping me understand things from his perspective and how he sees life. Because I have people in my family, I have my uncles and aunties and brothers and sisters, but they don't see the life how I wanted to see life. They don't see the world how I believe the world was going and stuff. So it was for me to reach out to someone that was able to see these things, someone that understood what was going on with the world at the time. This was just before the lockdown, and just with myself. So I would say to anyone out there going through whatever, sometimes it's hard to talk to people about what you're going through. But if you have that one person you believe in, like, just put the ego to the side, put the pride to the side, and just go in and talk about whatever you want. So for me, it was just coming from a place I wanted to heal. I wanted to understand myself more. And when he started to teach me how to just love myself, how to understand myself, it kind of helped shape my mindset now, where I'm not thinking in a certain manner and I'm able to think in a certain way, shape, and form. And with that, it kind of went on into my music. And when I'm going into nature and the approach of my music is not just waking up and making music, I kind of have an approach and a process towards my music. And that could be going out for walks for 2 hours, going into nature, sitting by the river, and just doing things that's of this this energy and this place I'm in, because there's a certain law that governs us as humans. So for me, it's going back into the plants, the animals, the incense, and the women, and just understanding the energy that keeps me happy and keeps my frequency high. So as long as I'm in a place where my frequency is high, I'm able to do whatever I want to do. I'm able to fly. So yeah.
I like that. Could you break down how you feel your music connects people together, but also could you break down and compare how you feel your music is different from everybody else's music that is already out there?
So with my music, is music changes now and then. Like, that's every 5 to like 10 years. Music changes, the sound changes.
That's true.
But with let's say drill, for example, it's just consistent. It's just there. It's like it's just going, and that sound, that energy, that force can kind of weigh you down sometimes. And when you listen to it just on your headphones for like a few seconds or I say minutes, you get tired, you get drained already from listening to that type of sound and the frequency. So for me, I was being drained from all the sounds out there. It felt like I was losing myself more. It was more to do with the lyrics, but really the sounds actually does matter a lot. So in doing that, I had to start thinking about just sound itself, sound. Like, what's the best sound that I like? I like the water waves. I like the wind. I like the saxophone. I like these sounds that keeps my energy high. So if I can try to tell a story, send a message through these sounds, hopefully in years to come, people are able to gravitate towards this, and I'm able to live in people's hearts. So with my music, the difference is I'm just making you aware of what's happening. Also keeping you on your toes, giving you a reminder. And it's a message of just my own story of understanding that if I'm able to come out of this space, then someone else definitely can do it. And understand that you can make any type of music you want to make. It's not because the music is out there, like the drill and the R&B, because they're out there means you have to do it. So for me, it's just trying to change the frequency, change the sound of music, change how would I explain it, the new world that we're in. And because drill has just been promoted into this new world, I just feel like it's changed my frequency, it's changed who I am. And that was too much for me to comprehend. I couldn't go into this new world listening to drill or making drill music. I had to change. I've got to feel lighter within myself, and drill makes me feel heavy. Yeah. So with my music, it makes people feel lighter within themselves, and it keeps you grounded. It brings you awareness in these times, and for the young people as well, it encourages them to do other forms of music, and it's not just drill, because drill is big and they're just promoting it or investing in drill, But we have artists like me that needs to be invested in, just to make sure that we have a lot of young people that can look up to us, just to understand we have a platform like this where you're able to create the type of music you want to create in your bedroom, with your family, with your friends, and you're still happy making your music and stuff. And that's the most important thing, being happy and being free and doing what you do. And from walking to running, you're able to fly and stuff. So yeah, hopefully through this sound, through this music I'm making, I'm able to fly around the world. So yeah.
I love to hear that. See, you say so much with what you're saying. It means so much to so many people when you say this, because so many people think that the pathway is easy. The pathway is not easy. Sometimes people just see the success. They don't see what
Yeah.
you've been through to get
Yeah.
to where you're going. They don't see the roots of where you've actually been through. So I would love to ask you, what is a day like in your life from when you decide to wake up in the morning to maybe when you go out when you go out and you decide to get creative, or even if you want to go gym or swimming, get creative, meet people who are creative like you and give you good energy to help you take the next steps of where you want to be. It might be an audition in acting. What is a day like in your life?
My day is pretty simple. So like so simple that if I was to say it now, you would think, so how are you here doing these things? Because I spoke to I was in a podcast with Will Porter.
Yes.
I don't know if you know him. Yeah, and he I kind of asked him the same question. I'm like, so what's your day like? And he's like, oh, I just got my headphones in and I just get up. I make sure I'm not on social media before 12. And just simple, right? Pretty chilled. I'm like, boy, you're this big guy. I'm like, you're this huge, famous person. So with my music, with my process now, with where I'm at with myself, I wake up early. Um, I would say 6, 7. Trying to be up. Go to the gym. So I try not to be on social media before 12 unless I have something to post for work. Apart from that, I'm not doing it until after 12. Go gym, go swimming, come home, have a nap. Um, yeah, I have a nap. And in it is in doing these things, I believe is the intention to doing anything, right? So when I'm in these spaces, it's my intention of trying to be in this space. Why am I in this space? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I lifting this weight? Why am I going swimming? Why am I having a nap? Why am I listening to this form of music? Is my intention? And I believe even when I'm fasting, people can fast, and at the end of it, it's like they don't have nothing to show for, because there's no intention there behind the fasting. So for me, it's having the intention at all given, like at every moment, just try. And I know I'm not perfect, but I try to be aware. The only person I believe can be 100% aware is someone that's disabled and blind, like crippled and stuff.
Yeah.
That's when you're 100% to your highest frequency. But I try to be aware of these things. So when I'm in the gym, I'm doing it because I want to have a clear mind. I want to be free. I want to be lighter within myself. And in doing these things, what is at the forefront of my head is always my music. It's always trying to be a better person. It's always trying to live a healthy life and just do things that has no limits and stuff. So with myself, I have no limits. So I wake up to thank the Most High and just get on with my day-to-day life and not get carried away by the social media, by what's out there, what's going on out there, whether it's the weather or whether it's the climate, whatever is going on at this point. I always try to stay in my own narrative and in my own world and in my own dream and in my own self, and just giving myself an understanding. The intention behind my works is to make sure that I'm able and people are able to live in the heart of me, and that's it. As long as I can live in the heart of people, that's it. For me, it's like I don't care, and that's what music used to be back in the day with the Michael Jacksons and everyone else that's lived on. As we was in the heart of them. So whether the sound was to stop booming or it wasn't listening to it no more, till this day I still listen to the Michael Jackson, I still listen to the Bob Marley's, I listen, but the sound is not of this era. So it just means the message is what's important, and what they were facing at the time was also important, which kind of helped them make these type of music. So with my experiences, with my memories, and what I'm seeing in these times is helping shape a different type of music.
I love that. See, my next question actually connects to what you've just said. So, if you could pick only one track that was the soundtrack of your life, and the lyrical content and production showed and says who you are as a person, what one song would you choose and why?
That's that. You see that. my, you see, I'm a person that I love to give you things slowly but surely, give it the whole project. So I don't tell my stories like in one go. So I'm not a type of individual you meet today and you just know me like, all right, today.
That makes sense.
So I feel like it's gonna take time. It's gonna take because I'm coming through the back door, as I see. I have to be careful based on what I say, how I'm saying it,
True.
because I'm learning from also the people that's been here before me to understand that. Yeah, like I'm learning from our library. I'm learning from the people that's been here before me, and for me, is to take it slow and just take my time doing what I do. And there's no music that will tell you the whole me. But if you listen to my EP, it could be African London, Sayso's Memories. Sayso's Memories is like is personal to me. So African London is showing me where I'm coming from, my roots and my foundation of what I want to do. And Sayso's Memories is just going deep a bit into me, like my memories and the stuff I was seeing before the lockdown, the stuff I was facing before the lockdown, how life was before the lockdown, and the friends I had before the lockdown, and everything within my memories. But moving forward, I've got a new video coming out next week Thursday, and it's called Hope You Be Okay. And Hope You Be Okay is just touching on the basically saying I hope you be okay to those people that don't see you no more. So even though I'm going through my own stuff, I hope people are okay in these times, because this whole thing is beyond each and one of us and stuff. So still having to think about people, put out a positive energy is like a ripple effect. So it's still gonna go off and then bounce back to me. And as long as I know that it might take time, I don't care how long it takes. But as long as I'm doing something positive, then that's just it and stuff. So
what has been the best advice you have received in your life that has helped you to be able to be this person who you are today? Has there been anybody who I know that we go through different stages in our life, and in those stages in our life, we change as individuals. They say that we change every 7 years, depending on how our previous 7 years was. But is there anybody in your life who you feel has given you great advice? What was the advice, if you don't mind sharing it, and how do you believe it has helped you?
So there are two situations I've been in. So one was I was in a PRS meeting. This was like during the lockdown. So you know how you can like apply for like seminars online and it's free and stuff. So things were just free at the time. So I was just booking myself in to listen to this talk shows and all those things. And some woman said in the meeting, don't ever plan, just prepare. And that buzzed me for time. I was thinking, what do you mean don't plan, just prepare? I didn't understand. That did not make sense to me. Because all my life I'm thinking just plan for the next day, plan. In preparing, it makes a difference. Then when you plan, there's a lot behind planning, and this becomes your intention, expectations, ego, pride behind. Because once you don't achieve your plan goal, you go into a low frequency.
Yes.
And my aim is not to get myself into a low frequency. It's always to try to get higher and higher and higher. So how do I get higher? Planning takes you into a lower frequency state of mind. And preparing, it's like you're free, you're just being you. So even if you can't do it today, I'll do it tomorrow. And there's not a problem. And certain people that plan to do stuff can, I'm going to the gym today. And when you don't make it there, you're upset with yourself. You're beating yourself up. And that's worse than just accepting that I didn't make it to the gym. That's fine. I'm just going to do something else that's productive and just get on with my day, because there was no plan. It's just you preparing for the day. And if you wake up, because the body also can send you a message. So if you wake up and your body is like, today I'm not trying to go out, you have to be able to have the right frequency and be in tune with your body to understand when these things are happening with yourself. So that kind of helped me moving forward from just before the lockdown, going into the lockdown, and now I'm here. And whilst I think it was last year, got another advice, which is the biggest one, which is so simple. Someone was like to me, Sayso, never make nothing complicated.
Yes, I agree.
Don't in your whole life, but just be honest, be true, regardless. Do not make it complicated. And that advice has helped me to this very day. Even when I wake up, I don't make my house complicated. I don't make nothing complicated. I don't make conversation complicated. It's just, I'm just straight on with the point, say it how it is. And if you don't like me, you don't like me. If you like me, okay, all right, cool. And we're just gonna keep moving and stuff. So for me, I believe I'm at a state where everyone needs to listen to me and understand what I do. That's why my music is not everyone's Spotify or iTunes or all those big platforms, because I just felt like, you know what, I'd rather stay on Bandcamp. I'd rather have my own YouTube channel. I'd rather have my own website, boysayso.co. So for me, it's just trying to keep myself to myself, and hopefully someone will check out on me.
I'm sure
me to the world.
I'm sure many people are. I don't even think you need to worry. I am definitely sure there are enough people in the world. I had this saying, someone said to me, and she's actually a therapist, she said to me, if you have 1 million people who are not serving the goodness from you and to you, throw those 1 million people back in and get another 1 million people, because there are enough people to serve what you need them to be able to do and give your energy to, and they give your energy to you. So I will say the same to you.
Thank you.
I'll say exactly the same to you. So one question I would totally love to ask you is there anything in the world that, if there was one question that you would love people to ask you, but nobody ever really has asked you that question, what would that question be and why?
You're trying to get me emotional now.
Aww. Hey, I've got your back.
I believe it's just to ask me if I'm doing okay. It's just to at least have a little understanding of what my word looks like. You don't have to know what it is. I just wake up to work and put myself in a state of just working, and I believe I'm working for the next generation. It's just asking me, are you okay? That alone can go a long way, just even for your neighbors and just people around. So I'm not asking for much. I just want to be peaceful with myself, be peaceful with the people that want to be peaceful with me, and make sure that we're all working together to get ourselves to the next dimension, to the next life and stuff. Apart from that, I don't think there's anything special about Sayso. It's just making sure that the people around us, whether it's friends, family, whoever you're close to in these times, make sure before winter, just make sure you have someone you talk to, someone you can relate to, someone you have love for, someone that understands what the world is and where we're going to. And as long as you have that and you have direction, that's all I ask for. That's what my music is about. It's all about trying to find direction. And if we're not going to have a platform and people to speak us into going into the right direction, then these things can only be sent down from probably the Most High and stuff, because we have messages, we have seers, we have different people of this world, and sometimes the message can stop coming from someone else and it can come through you. You just need to be able to tap in to be able to receive whatever message you want to receive. So my message is just to make sure you're checking up on your friends, family, people that you love, and people you want to see grow in this time, nothing else. But yeah.
You kept it simple, and that's see what I mean about not making it complicated.
Complicated.
See, you made it simple and beautiful, and that surely was enough. So, I've only literally got 2 more for you. I know you have a long life to live on this planet, but one thing I would like to ask you, Boy Sayso, is when you feel like you have done enough on the planet Earth, and you feel, and only when you feel like you're going to stop, what would you like your legacy to be, and how would you like people to remember you?
So that's so simple. That is so, it's so simple. Like, I would say, it's still what I said. I want to live in your heart. That's all.
Aww.
I want to live in your heart so much that you can't forget about me. You can't forget my message. You can't forget my sayings. You can't forget the scriptures, whatever I'm saying to you. I just want to be able to live in your heart. That's what it is. It's not living in my bank account. It's not living in places where it's like the energy just dies away. So the heart is where everything is. Home is where the heart is. So it's like, if I can hit home, hit your heart with my music, with myself, with my appearance, with my story, with my message, yeah, that's what I want. Because making drill is a lot of ego, and there's a lot of pride in there. It's like you're driving down a road, and there's no warning sign telling you there's a dead end. So you just drive there and you just get there, and it's like, what do you do now? And for me, it wasn't to go back, because I knew I already came this far. So I'm not going back, and I have to find a way to either break through that wall or find a way out from that road. So sometimes it's just going into doing things that we're scared of, afraid of. And for me, it's going into this journey where it has no limits. It's like, all right, the Bob Marleys have done it and they died. The Fela Kuti have done it and they died. So am I going to do this and I fucking died? Then, well,
you're not. You're going to stay alive. Don't say that.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, but for me, it's just these journeys sometimes are scary. And only because what's happened to the people that's been here before us, how they've made it happen. And it wasn't peaceful. It's not something that we would say, I can just come out and say this, free speech. We don't have that. So still within this world, we have to still be careful, watch our steps, take baby steps. And that's what I'm doing, just taking my baby steps and just seeing everything else unfold.
That's good enough. That is good enough. I only have one more for you. I've had the pleasure of being able to interview you today. And before I get to say thank you to you, I would absolutely love for everyone to be able to find you on all your social media platforms and anywhere else where you would like people to contact you.
So my website is boysayso.co. Boysayso.co, not boysayso.com. Boysayso.co. My Instagram is It's Your Boy Sayso. So ITS, It's Your Boy Sayso. And my Twitter is Boy Sayso. So once you go on Google and type in Boy Sayso, you would find me on there. So yeah.
See, guys, please go and support. He's talented. He's humble. And he's taken himself away from what he used to do and made himself into a person to be the best that he can be. I know he's still on his journey, and I know he's going to still say he's on his journey. But when somebody decides that they're going to start doing something good with themselves, we should support them. So, Boy Sayso, I want to say thank you so much for your compassion, your kindness, your calmness, and for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for all the times we've met. We're still going to meet in more places.
Definitely.
Not make things complicated. So.
I like that. I definitely like that. Guys, thank you so much for listening to the As People podcast. And please remember, you can subscribe and leave us a review on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and any other platform that you prefer listening to. Please also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can also donate to the As People podcast by simply going to the Savia Rocks website or just typing in paypal.me/Us People podcast. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Stay happy, stay positive, and as always, please continue to be kind to one another.
Time for me to focus. Stop all that playing hocus pocus. Stop doing it yourself. You need a little help. This time I wanna see you shining. I think you need a little guidance. You wanna feel alive. I know the time.
No, you're welcome. And I'm glad that you said we're gonna meet in more places. That actually meant a lot to me.
Yeah, definitely. We are more places to come. More things to come
That's
as we
true.
go on this journey of elevation.
That's true.
We can only elevate.
That is true.
Made up my mind, now is my time to shine. Now is my time to shine. Time that you let go, time that you let go. Now is my time to shine. Now is my time to shine. Now is my time to shine. Time that you let go, time that you let go. Now is my time to shine. Time to let it go. Now is my time. Now is my time. Time to let it go. Now is my time. Now is my time. Time to let it go. Now is my time. Now is my time. Time to let it go. You are your own worst enemy. Thinking too far, what's ahead of me? One day at a time. Just enjoy the ride. Open those eyes, see the light. Ignite that fire inside it. Let it breathe breath into life. Push all your fears to the side. Control your mind, it's all alright. Enjoy your life, the joy is mine. Commit to you, you got the tools. Everything you do, you make the rules.